Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and we have a brand new wooden needlework box that I'm going to show you today. I'm so excited about it, and I think you're going to love it. When you purchase the Wooden Needlework Display Box at Fat Quarter Shop, it comes with this free pattern folded within here. And we're going to be showing you how to finish this today. And basically, you're going to finish your cross stitch piece, and then you're going to finish a backing so it's nice and cute. And this is such a great box to put your cross stitch supplies next to you when you're stitching, or you could use it as a jewelry box. So for the stitching, if you look at this piece right here, this was stitched on Moonstone 28 count by Fiber on a Whim. This piece was stitched on 14 count Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim. So as long as you're using a 14 or 28 count, it's going to fit nicely in this box opening. And then also what you need for this is you need an 8 by 10 inch sticky board, and you need at least a fat 1/8 for this fabric that's going to go on the back. I recommend just pulling something from your stash that matches. And we also have a thread pack that goes with this, and we did stitch this using the classic Colorworks, but we also list DMC if you're interested in that. So now let me show you how to finish this cute box. So to start finishing, what you want to do is you want to take the opening of your box, and that is 7 1/8 by 3 1/8. Make sure you measure your box in case it's slightly different. So I'm going to write that down. So then we're going to take our sample piece and we're going to draw a line with the friction pin. It will disappear with heat later, but we want to draw it exactly where it's going to set in the box just to start. So I'm going to measure from the top to the bottom, and that comes out to 2 3/8. So I'm going to write that here. I'm going to measure the other side, 6 1/4. And I would make sure measure your piece, because my measurements when I stitch might come out slightly different from yours. And then you want to take the 3 1/8 minus the 2 3/8, and that's 0.75. Divide that by 2, and that's 3/8 of an inch. And I'm going to write that down. You're going to do 7 1/8, 6 1/4, divide by 2, 0.43. So what that means is we want to measure about 3/8 of an inch from the top of the long part, and we're going to draw a line with the friction pin. And again, this should be 3 1/8. So when I measure 3 1/8 here, it should be 3/8 of an inch from the edge, which luckily it is. Now here you want to be between 3/8 and 1/2 inch away from the edge. So just go to 1/2 inch and just go in slightly. And then again, this is supposed to be 7 1/8. Now, from here, measure your squares and see from the very edge if it's the same number at the top and the bottom. So it's a little bit longer here. So what I want to do is I want to draw this line a little bit lower. So that is more accurate. So I'm going to go with the darker line. So that is centered really nicely. From here, you're going to draw a line 1/4 inch away from that outside line, the one that you went with. And this is going to be accounting for the lip that is inside the box. And then from here, you want to cut 1 inch away from this outside drawn line. Now you're going to take 2 sticky boards. You're going to cut them 3 3/4 by 7 5/8, both of them. And we came out with that math accounting for the fabric overlay that is going to go in here. This is where you need to measure your piece, and this is where you just need to trust our math. So now we're going to take a piece of batting, and we're going to take a stiletto, pull this back piece off. And I use 80/20 batting. You can just use any type of batting you like. I just happen to like this stiffness. Now, of course, on the top, if you don't want batting on your fabric piece, you don't have to put batting on that piece. Okay, so from here, your sticky board that has the batting is going to be used with your stitched piece, and the sticky board without batting is going to be used with your quilting cotton fabric piece. So I'm going to show you the sticky board with the quilting cotton fabric first, and this one does have a directional line, and I think it's going to look really good like right here. You could also go this way, but you do have to make sure your lines match up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the sticky piece off, pull my piece off, and I want about an inch around so I have some pieces that can fold back. So I'm gonna put this, I can see the edge of these hearts right there, and I'm gonna line that up straight with the top of those hearts so that I know that it is going to be straight on the other side. Then I'm going to trim right here, and this is just approximately an inch away from the edge. It doesn't have to be exact. And then you just want to make sure when you fold that over that it's straight on that directional piece, or you could use a non-directional piece and not have to worry about that. So from here, I'm going to use the It's So Emma finishing tape. I'm going to go edge to edge. I'm going to do the two long sides first. I'm going to use scissors that I use only for cross stitch finishing because these sticky tape will ruin your scissors. Peel this back. And then from here, you want to pull this taut. Just stick down the edge. I'm pulling this taut, but I'm not pushing it all the way down. I'm just pushing it partially down in case I want to readjust. Okay, so that looks good. And then I'll push this all the way down. I'm going to use the finishing tape. And again, you're going to go all the way edge to edge. If you don't go all the way, it might not stick all the way down. And this piece is not as important because it's the inside of the box, so you're not going to see it as much. So if it's not as perfect, it's okay. And that's why we did this one first, because you can get your rhythm down before you do the piece on the top. And I don't want any of the finishing tape going off the edge. And sometimes the sticky tape doesn't want to come off. So sometimes you have to finagle a little bit. Now from here, you want to treat this like a Christmas present. Fold a 45-degree triangle, pull back, do the same thing on the other side, pull it tight, do the same thing on the other side. You'll need to pull these on the edge a little bit further to account, and a little bit tighter to account for that fold. And then you just want to make sure it looks really nice and everything on the back, and it does. If there's a little bit extra room, just kind of finagle your fabric a little bit so that there's no fatness on your corners. And that's how you do the inside cover. And that is going to be going in the box like this. Now let's do the top that's going to cover that up. Now we've drawn all these fancy lines. That is to help you position it on your board. So here what I want to do is I want to be able to see this outside line from the back. So I'm just kind of making a little crease. Then I can see where that outside line is. Put your piece down, fold it over a little bit, make sure it looks like it's about even. Then you're going to put your finishing tape on the back, and we're going to be doing the same thing. This one will just take a little bit more work, making sure that your cross stitch is exactly centered. The good thing about this piece is you don't have to make your corners pretty because they're going to be hidden within the box. So that's really nice. Now before I pull that over, I am going to make sure it looks like it's a straight line on my Aida, and I'm just going to put a little bit down, not the whole thing. Turn it over. Okay, so you can just count your lines here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once it's straight, just put this down nice and flat. Do the same thing on the last two sides. And you're going to do the same thing. Fold it in, pull it back, and I will clean this up in a little bit. And then you kind of just want to make sure it's centered. From there, I'm not even going to make these edges perfect because see, they're going to be hidden in here. So I'm just going to put this in here, pop it in, and with those measurements we gave you, it's going to stay. And then look at the front. And it looks great. I think it looks perfectly centered. From here, then I'm just going to use steam. I'm not going to touch the iron to the fabric. I'm just going to use steam to remove these lines really quick. So you have your front and your back done, and you want to stick these together. Now, obviously, you don't have to stick them together, but I think it's important that you do. You can use hot glue or you can use the finishing tape. I'm going to use hot glue just because it's easier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hot glue on my cross-stitch piece side. And then I'm just putting the hot glue. I'm not putting it too close to the edge because I don't want it to ooze out. So maybe half an inch around, and then some in the center. Press it down, let that dry, and then all you have to do is open this box, put this in, and it snaps right in. So the key to doing this is to trust us on the size to cut your sticky board, but just remember on that top piece, you do have to measure your opening just so it looks nice and centered. Super easy, and I hope you use this cute free pattern. I hope you enjoyed this finishing tutorial. Let me know in the comments what you're gonna store in your wooden needlework box that's available only at Fat Quarter Shop.